Race 3 for the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge. Hugh Gardner and Daniel Gaunt complete the front row. Daniel Gaunt, the championship leader. Scott Harrison and Ant Pedersen from row number 2. It's a reverse top 6 from race 2. Johnny Reid and Craig Baird from row number 3. Mitch Cunningham alongside Simon McLennan, the first of the 996s from row 4. Then it's Simon Evans and Mike Morton, with Mark Madron completing the lineup. Daniel Gaunt lining up off the front row. He has the championship in contention, with Craig Baird and Johnny Reid covered by just 3 points going into this one. And we're going to talk to Mark Pedersen shortly as we wait for the lights to go out about what Daniel Gaunt got up to in race number 2. We thought he had some mechanical problems, Mark, as we go green. Gaunt's going to get the race lead down into turn number 1. But he was actually playing possum to get a better grid start for this final race with the championship so close. A little bit of a dangerous game to play.
Would have been, yeah, when I had spoke to him and said, look, you know what happened to you in race 2, because you dropped right back to 5th place. And he had a bit of a grin on his face and he goes, well, strategic move on our part, because he knew he would have started from the front row. The fellas that he's battling with the championship, there's one on board now. Johnny Reid and Craig Baird were starting 5th and 6th respectively. So he said, all I've got to do is actually go out. If I win this race, they finish 2nd and 3rd, it makes no difference, I'm champion. And you have to say, so far, well, they're only one lap of 14, it's worked in his favour. Well,
it is a longer race, not as big as the opening race of the weekend, but so Daniel Gaunt, well, just playing some strategic games. Johnny Reid's got a problem. Flat left rear tyre. Something's broken on the left rear.
Certainly slowing. Yeah, he's just unfortunately trying to get out of everybody's way. So.
One of the championship contenders, Johnny Reid. Well, that is incredibly disappointing for him.
Right, he is simply looking home, looking in the mirrors, making sure that no one's going to get in his way. Something has gone wrong with that car. So,
that is
the championship went into this with 3. Now we're down to 2.
Well, the top 3 in the championship covered by just 3 points after Craig Baird's win in race number 2. Craig Baird in the 4th position, so he's got some work to do to chase down Daniel Gaunt. Now, the other equation that Daniel Gaunt has got some fresher tyres than Craig Baird, Johnny Reid, and
there you go. That's the flat
Johnny
Reid's talking about. So
Johnny Reid's tyres are a bigger issue than that, and he's actually going to pull off to the edge of the racetrack.
Yeah, look, he'll probably just drive that car back on the grass. It's the safest way without doing too much damage, because of course the underbody will be dragging on the grass, better than that than the concrete. But you're right, Daniel Gaunt, these guys only have a certain amount of tyre allocation for the weekend. Daniel banked on exactly what was going to happen. He was going to get a front row start for this one, so they've decided to save the best for last. Now, Craig Baird, Johnny Reid for that matter, they had to use everything up to get in the championship contention to this point. So, at the moment, Daniel Gaunt, the man out way out in front, started from the front row, and is probably has the best tyre combination out of everybody.
Wow. I swear I could hear in the track effects around that second race that Gaunt's car just didn't sound healthy, as Johnny Reid's just trying to limp back to the pits.
Just nursing the thing home, taking a bit of a shortcut there. Fortunately, he's just tried so hard for this whole championship. He has been the comeback kid in so many races, but I don't think it's going to work for him this time around.
Well, it certainly hasn't gone to plan for Johnny Reid. It is with the advantages Daniel Gaunt. Craig Baird trying to clear Mitch Cunningham. You know Cunningham's not going to make it easy for him.
Just heard that the car in front of these two here, Hugh Gardner, the Martini racing coloured car, he has actually got a penalty.
5-second penalty for jumping the start. As Baird picks up Cunningham.
It's just going to be added to his race time, so he doesn't have to concede that place. The Craig Baird car doesn't have the luxury of knowing that car's going to peel off in a lap or so for a drive-through penalty. So here we go. This is just dejecting for these guys who worked so hard through the whole championship. For it come down to a flat tyre, it's just absolute travesty.
Yeah, the 50th year of international motorsport, New Zealand motor racing, has not ended well. Certainly hasn't ended on the right note for that very hard-working team and the equally hard-working Johnny Reid.
Saw something interesting there. We probably didn't pick up on it when it happened, but Mitch Cunningham let Craig Baird through a lot easier than what we've seen at certain other parts of the championship, because we know those two guys have been like a magnet and had a few run-ins. So maybe these guys know that the championship is down between these two, and the radio message has gone out, guys. Let Craig through, because he is going to contest the championship with the man in front of him, which is Daniel Gaunt.
So Daniel Gaunt's got about a 3.7 second advantage over Craig Baird. He's really going to have to get his head down. Drops the wheels off the exit of turn number 9, but it gives him an inside run. Is he close enough under brakes to turn 11?
Just going to slot right down the inside. The answer there is yes, it is.
So there's Craig Baird. The chase is on for the championship.
Right, he's been released at the moment. Daniel Gaunt, the man that technically is the championship now on corrected points, is 3.7 seconds up front. Craig Baird has been released from Hugh Gardner and Mitch Cunningham. So let's give this another lap and we'll see what car speed he's got and does he have an answer for Daniel Gaunt.
Well, he's got 11 laps to try and get to Daniel Gaunt. We know Daniel Gaunt is every bit as quick as Craig Baird in outright lap pace.
The points going into this are so close. 3 points separate Daniel Gaunt, Craig Baird and Johnny Reid for that matter. So it makes no difference who finishes where. Whoever wins this race is going to be crowned the 2010-2011 champion.
Yeah, so the gap is now 11 points. Daniel Gaunt, in fact, it's only 5 points. Because Baird was leading going into this race by 3, so Daniel's gained 8 on him. 5 points at the end of 18 races.
Now, that would come into equation if there was a car between them. Of course, there's not. Now, Craig Baird, 5 seconds in arrears because he lost a little bit of time passing Hugh Gardner there.
10 laps.
10 laps to go. I don't think he's going to be half a second a lap quicker for the next 10 laps. And even if he is, it makes a difference because he's still got to find a way around Daniel Gaunt if he can actually get to him.
Yeah, and if he overworks the cars in those conditions, because it's very hot here in Taupo for this third race. Craig Baird looking for his 7th consecutive.
Look at that. He is cutting every corner he can. He's taking every meterage out of the track he doesn't need to use. He's just shortening this old girl up the best he can because he needs to hunt down Daniel Gaunt now. I was a critic of Daniel after the earlier race, saying, look, I didn't understand. Maybe he had a technical issue with the car. I was even critical about him, about his moves down at Tiratonga, and stand by those. But you have to say his thinking going into this race here and playing conservative mode is going to work for him. And at the end of the day, he's probably going to stand on the top step of the podium.
Yeah, it's Cunningham and Scott Harrison. They're in contention for 4th and 5th overall for the championship. So they've got their own private fight on their hands in the waning laps here at Taupo. Oh, another big brake lock-up for Mitch Cunningham. He's really got to be hurting those Michelin tyres. Harrison with an inside run.
He has, and Pedersen wasn't close enough to capitalise on that as well. So these guys are just going to rub door handle all the way down. Let's just hope they don't do anything silly. Bit of an overlap. Scott Harrison's got the inside. Mitch will drag this out for as long as he can. Going to turn in right now. Oh, he retained the position. Unbelievable. I didn't think that was possible.
Oh, a little bit of contact there. Pedersen's going to get both of them.
Prediction was right. You've only got to fault it once, and that's how you gain 2 places.
And Hugh Gardner's got a little bit of breathing space in behind him as well.
You'll be going, thank you, boys, but I've still got a 5-second penalty, so I can't help but think the battle between these two guys on screen, Scott Harrison and Mitch Cunningham, is nowhere near over yet.
So Mitch Cunningham looking for 4th overall in the championship, another former series champion with the Toyota Racing Series like Daniel Gaunt. Gaunt answers back Craig Baird with a 31.7, Baird a 32 flat. The gap is now 6.4 seconds out in front as Scott Harrison gives Ant Pedersen a bit of a touch-up out of turn number 5.
Well, he's just got a little bit more car speed at this section of the race than what Ant Pedersen has, so Scott can't get too impatient in the middle of the corner because we've seen it before. It's very easy just to dislodge one of those radiators, and once you do that, and it certainly is game over.
These fabulous screamers from Stuttgart, the Porsche 997s. So Gardner, the gap, he's got a couple of seconds at the moment. It's not enough to hold off Ant Pedersen. We'll just see how that equates to on the next lap. As Mitch Cunningham's just dropping off the back of Scott Harrison now. This effectively is the battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Hugh Gardner 3rd on track, but he's got that 5-second penalty for a jump start.
We say that, but if Ant Pedersen continues to be defensive for another 2 or 3 laps and Hugh Gardner gets away, it is possible he might actually get a 5-second gap from these guys and keep that 3rd place. Now, when they go past the start-finish line, our time monitor update itself will give us a far better picture. Here we go. Hugh Gardner, 14.8 seconds behind the leader. Ant Pedersen, 16.4. So you're right. We had 5 seconds on. Yeah, he'll still drop back to 6th at this stage, but still 3 laps to go.
So Gaunt, 31.7. Baird, 32.0. 6.7 seconds is now the gap. And Gaunt, just on average, he's 2 to 3 tenths of a second quicker than Craig Baird as Harrison gets sideways out of turn number 4 on the run to 5. He's sideways off the exit as well. So Craig Baird has only been faster in 1 lap in the last 8 laps than Daniel Gaunt.
So that tyre combination starting grid position that Daniel had banked on has certainly worked. Say 2 laps, we could be looking at a brand new champion, but let's take it away from this battle here. DNC Cocktails cars of Ant Pedersen.
Well, we've seen so much happen during the championship. I mean, you just can't say anything, because as soon as you say something, it's guaranteed the opposite's going to happen.
The commentator's curse, we put that on a number of people through a number of different classes and races, like we say, so we won't speak too early, but 2 laps to go, 4 laps to go. If he heard the odd engine noise, so 2 laps to go, he is going to be feeling everything. Every vibration, every bit of rubber he picks up on that car will be going through his mind. What is that? Every noise, every stone, it plays havoc with your mind, Jamie, when you're this close to the championship after working so hard. Here we go.
Scott Harrison ahead of Ant
Pedersen.
Yeah, he's ahead of Ant Pedersen. So Scott Harrison on a bit of a charge here. Hugh Gardner still 3rd on track, and they get back to Harrison. It's still about 2 seconds with 2 to go. So Daniel Gaunt's last lap a 32.0, Craig Baird a 32.2. So again, that lead extends out to 6.9 seconds now for Daniel Gaunt.
Johnny Reid has circulating, but he's way back in a lonely 10th position, so
still more than enough to tie up 3rd overall in the championship. A disappointed 3rd overall in the championship. Of all the things to happen, he had a tyre go down just at completely the wrong moment, because where would he have been in that mix? Did he have something to chase down Daniel Gaunt? His fastest lap's been a 32.4, so at the moment you'd say not, but I mean, he's probably not really working overtime and doing anything silly. He just wants to get this car home straight.
He does. Finishing 2nd, 3rd in the championship is still a creditable achievement given the illustrious company around him. And of course, if he does finish, although it's only some consolation, he will finish 3rd for the round. Craig Baird will win that on 217 points. 2nd will be Daniel Gaunt after the 2 conservative races, and then Johnny Reid. So still a chance that these guys will be on the podium, albeit for the round honours as opposed to championship honours.
So Daniel Gaunt taking the last lap forward for the final time at Taupo for the 6th round of the Crown Forklifts Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge. A 32.2 from Gaunt, a 32.9 for Craig Baird. 7.5 seconds is the advantage for Daniel Gaunt. 1 more lap to be the first non-Craig Baird to win a Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Championship here in 7 seasons in New Zealand. As Mark said, he would just be hearing everything inside that race car. Through turn 8 up towards turn number 9, the VNC Cocktails MPD Dairy Products Porsche 997. The first person to knock Craig Baird off the top of the Porsche mantle here in New Zealand for a long, long time. He's won 2 Toyota Racing Series championships. He's going to add to that here with a win in the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge. Screams down the back straight, 230, 240 kilometres an hour. Headlights on. The Triple X team will be celebrating on the pit wall for Daniel Gaunt. He's outfoxed Craig Baird this weekend. He's gone the strategic way with the final grid lineup. Daniel Gaunt wins the 3rd race and wins the Crown Lift Trucks Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge for the 10-11 season. Craig Baird crossing the line in 2nd. He'll finish 2nd overall in the championship. A disappointed Johnny Reid will cross the line in 10th to salvage 3rd. What a finale to the weekend here at Taupo for the Crown Lift Trucks Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge. So it'll be an elated Daniel Gaunt taking out race 3 and the championship for Triple X Motorsport from Craig Baird. Hugh Gardner crossing the line in 3rd, but with a 5-second penalty. That'll drop him back to 6th. So it's Scott Harrison, Ant Pedersen and Mitch Cunningham completing the final race lineup for race 3.
Daniel, mate, it started 5 months ago with dramatic style at Pukekohe. You've silenced every critic this weekend, mate. You dominated last race. Now you're the New Zealand Porsche champion, mate. How does that feel?
Incredible, mate. These guys, Triple X, have just they've supported me for the last 3 years now, and especially Michael and Shane, Ian and Todd, Adam, my man on my car. incredible job. Well, yeah, you know, we had our ups and downs during it, and as did everyone. But to come out on top, there's nothing sweeter than that.